Today on EA Sports, it's Week 6 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Tennessee Titans taking on the Houston Texans.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Houston Texans and the Tennessee Titans.
Youngway Koo set to kick off.
Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And not much on this one. Takes it from the 21. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And leading them, Charles, their quarterback, their field general.
And this is a game for grit, determination, and somehow finding a way not to panic. What a horrible start for them. I mean, they haven't won a game yet. So now, as a quarterback, you're not just talking to your team. You've got to demonstrate to them what they need to do to win. He's got to be the leader by how he plays.
First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. From the gun, it's Morgan. And this one quickly to Lamb. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
It's a gain of
the numbers for him from a week ago. 5 catches, 5 yards past 100, and a touchdown.
And he was able to get open there, but that's not always easy against this bunch defensively. We are deep enough into the season where numbers count. This is #1 rated defense in the NFL. He'll have a tough time.
And he's up over midfield and down into Tennessee territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
15 yards on the play, 1st down. A couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time, that's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. He's going to take off with it. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. Down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And he is going to have a Texans 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston 1st down.
That's something you have to be aware of as a defense and have to find a way to account for him. And if you're not going to use a spy, you're telling your guys to keep your eyes on him. Because when he breaks out and makes plays like that, all he does is hurt you.
Have to at least be able to contain him somewhat. There they could not. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll run with Taylor. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on 1st.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Morgan to throw on third down. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Texans have taken the early lead.
The losing streak had taken on a life of its own, and I think it infiltrates a team when you're on that much of a slide. But this group has managed to focus, come out early, and put a touchdown on the board. They look like they mean business in this one.
They do. Now the key, holding on to that attitude, because, man, that streak has been a struggle for them.
Tucker.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. And this touchdown will count. And the Texans take a 7-0 lead. That time a 9-play drive. And it results in the Texans finding the end zone. McCann's got it teed up.
Set to kick off.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. So now the Titans get their first shot on offense. And we get a glance here at their leader, the man who will be calling the plays under center.
And they are in rhythm on offense because of him. I mean, right now he's got everything going the way he wants to, finding the receivers the way he wants to, looking over defenses. No interceptions is the number I lock in on. Before a touchdown pass isn't so bad either.
Yeah, what a game he had last week.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now Saquon Barkley. Able to shake free for about 7 up to the 35.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge. That's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he will have a Titans first down. At least it appears that way. And he got it by maybe the length of a football.
And while it didn't work very well on that play, defenders on 3rd and short know it's going to be a quick read. And really, the quarterback's just going to turn around and hand it off. So that way, you're able to diagnose the play and try and get to the point of attack. But when you're dealing with a fullback, it's hard to knock him backwards.
And a really good show of force there as he gets through for 4 tough yards.
He's brought down at the 40.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Trying to lay one up deep. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Titans. A big play there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Titans are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra-explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. Well, sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. And that's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long, man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
Now the Titans will line up to go for 2.
Point conversion.
They'll look to throw, and it's caught. He's got it. So they go for 2, they convert, and along with it, they'll take an 8-7 lead. Well, they got down 7-zip. They said, we'll go for 2, one up you, and they take the lead.
How about that for a little risk-reward, right? If you don't get it, you're only down a point. Let's go ahead and make a statement in this ball game, and that's exactly what they did.
Younghoe Koo set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Taken in at the 3. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Morgan sets up to throw on first down. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes.
A loss of 5 yards. It's second down.
He probably feels like he cannot get a break. He was sacked 7 times last week. And here we go again in the first quarter.
And we always talk about the internal clock of a quarterback in the pocket and how he has to have a real keen sense of it in order to get rid of the football. After being sacked 7 times last week, that clock has been sped up.
And he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line.
He was tackled at the 27.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
And it's third down.
On third down, Morgan. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
A gain of 12.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A tight one, 8-7 our score after 1 on EA Sports. First and 10, Taylor now. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
The ball carrier.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
The Texans on third down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 8. Here's Morgan to throw. Out to his left. He can run for it, and he will. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of 8.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
And he is going to get this close to the first down markers. He's brought down at the Titans' 24. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. And that last run good enough to have him surpass for his career, get this, folks, 12,000 rushing yards.
And how about this? You're in shouting distance now of the top 10 all-time rushers in NFL history. And in short order now, you've got Thurman Thomas, Franco Harris, Marcus Allen, and Edgerrin James right ahead of you. He can zoom past them with just a few more carries.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Throwing now is Morgan. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
A loss of 5 yards.
If you want a lesson on how to defeat an offensive tackle, that was pretty textbook.
Is that a clip and save? Is that what's going to go around the league and people are going to watch that and say, my goodness, that's how you do it? And I feel awful for the offensive tackle because we always talk about the athleticism of that guy who just beat him. Well, you have to be athletic to try and block that guy. Just in this case.
And now a fumble. The ball's out. And that might be Titan football. It is.
Morgan on the keeper.
Good job starting on that scramble. Had his eyes on that first down marker, CD, but lost the most important thing, the football.
Yeah, wasn't quite there. Focused solely on getting to the first down marker. Forgot to cover up and take care of the ball.
The Titans coming back onto the field for their second drive. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
10 yards there to start the drive and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Taken down.
Right, call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Brings up
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
The second down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. To throw on third down. Holt. And that will be incomplete. 2 minutes even in what's been a tight first half. 8-7, our score. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback.
at their own 20.
Well, look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
A loss of 8 yards.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. And now he'll tuck it and run. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3. But now it's third down.
So many times we talk about having good eye discipline when you're playing defense, making sure your eyes are in the proper place on a given play. Looks like that discipline came to the front there, didn't it? They were able to hold him for a short gain when he took off running.
On third down, here's Taylor. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. It's a pickup of 6, but it's not going to be enough. And the punt team's going to be summoned on fourth down. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. The Texans send the punter out, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Taking it about the 16. So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And it'll be Titan football. The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. And we check the rushing numbers so far here into Week 6, and the returns have been really good. Now, you're starting to hit that stride middle of the season toward the end. They're certainly hoping they can keep up this production.
They are, because one of the adages in the NFL is that defense travels and defense endures even in bad weather, right? You know what else does? A good running game. And people want that, especially as you head down the stretch. You may play outdoors in some nasty stuff. You're trying to get to the playoffs. This is the time to get it going. And individually, I don't think you should just think about 1,000 yards either. The bar has to be set higher with this beginning.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Back to throw. Holt, he's going to sling this deep downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Certainly no lack of aggressiveness here. They were hoping for the home run play to get them 6 points. They're hoping for a catch, maybe a call. But they figure they can at least get into field goal range with a completion.
Looking to throw. Holt. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
43-yard line.
Throwing on first down. Holt. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. A big play there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. And just before the half ends, the prayer is answered. Defensively, a disaster there.
I know often we're surprised when this actually works. I mean, the excitement level goes way up, but maybe we shouldn't be, because I know as a defender, you've got to play the ball in this situation, but you can't interfere with the receiver because, remember, it's a spot foul, and it'd be first and goal if it happens in the end zone, and you don't want to give up that play. That little bit of hesitancy often works really well for offensive guys.
And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful, and that bumps their lead up even further. So 2 successful 2-point tries now for them.
And you know what it does? It gives you a boost, a huge one for your team, because, hey, you're dominating them now. They can't stop you either scoring touchdowns or 2-point conversions. But how about the defense? You don't know what to do at this stage. You can't stop them in any direction.
Taken at the 15, a short kick. Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
So we've reached halftime here in Nashville, the Music City, with the Titans out in front. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. A few teams starting to rise to the top as it's time to take you around the NFL here in Week 6. We'll begin our trip around the NFL with an interesting one right off the bat, and it's the Colts who have the lead in the second quarter. The Colts trying to finish that one off and claim victory. From there, we'll head to Pittsburgh to check on the Steelers at home at Heinz Field. And for the moment, they find themselves trailing the visiting Cincinnati Bengals. The Bengals looking to sew that one up, and they look to be in pretty good shape. Finally, let's get to Philadelphia. Financial Field, and they have the lead in that one over the visiting Packers. The Eagles trying to hold on and claim victory. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Tucker McCann.
The Titans hold the lead, and they'll get the football first as the third quarter gets underway. Now this will make it into the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
At their own 22-yard line.
So here are the Titans to take over on offense. They're working on a 4-game winning streak, and they lead this one as well right now as they start 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Holt. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's McCarthy. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
You don't see too many pass-catching fullbacks nowadays, partner. In fact, you don't see too many fullbacks, period.
Good news, though, he does have decent hands, and we saw it right there on display. Muscles him off. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Looking deep downfield. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And Charles, they trail by a couple of scores, but if they could put a good drive together here, it'd go a long way toward getting them back in this football game.
And if you're looking at a checklist of things that they need to do in the second half, job number 1 was getting a stop, wasn't it? So big check right there. Now they want to see if their offense can build on that momentum.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. They run once more with Taylor. He finds an opening past the 40 as they finally wrangle him in at the 48. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
A good run there off right tackle. In an old school NFL football, the right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Morgan. He'll find Lamb. That's complete. And they're going to have this all the way down deep into Tennessee territory. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards.
Still all sorts of time left in this game, and you'd like to be able to say take it one play at a time. But the truth is, they're probably going to have to hit on a few big plays in the passing game to close this gap, and that's a good start right there.
So the big play means now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
A gain of 9.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. It's picked up by the Titans. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Partner, you know how often we hear about the red zone, right? From the 20-yard line going in, that scoring zone, getting points on the board. A lot of teams call from the 10-yard line in the green zone. That's your money zone. He fumbles the ball inside the money zone. You have one job, take care of the ball. That didn't happen.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
On the give, this is their fullback. Lucky there just to avoid the safety. Able to fight through, but still backed up near the goal line. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9. To throw from his end zone. Holt. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. And it's a fumble. And the Texans scoop it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And great effort. Does he get burned for that in film? He fought through some tackles. End result, though, a fumble.
It's going to be one of those situations where he'll get yelled at about the fumble, but at the same time get a check mark for the extra effort. And so it's one of those tough, tricky things for coaches. You don't want to coach it out of them so much that you take away the effort. You just want them to be conscious of taking care of the football.
And this is one of those bang-bang plays, Charles. Did the knee hit first or did the ball come out first?
This is where you need that 20/20 eyesight, don't you, Brandon? You've got to see which one happened first. If the knee hit the ground, then they will keep possession.
Coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. They'll try and get this run game going. This is Barkley. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Back to throw. Holt. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Clayton. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. Third and inches, and they've got some extra beef up front. 3 tight ends. They'll give to the fullback on the dive. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal.
3rd and inches, they just handed to the big battering ram there. That's football 101, isn't it? That's bread and butter. Turn around and hand it to the big fella and let him get forward for a first down.
And they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. And again, they'll go right back to their fullback. And he gets in. Touchdown, Tennessee. It's the fullback. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Titans capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Well, if at first you don't succeed, try again. They go to the big man. 2nd time he gets it done.
Almost as if they were feeling like he was establishing a rhythm. Give it to him again and again. And how about the end result? Finishes it off in the end zone.
Touchdown, great run, and the score. So they're able to throw it in for the 2-point conversion. Sometimes that can be a risky play, but they got it.
Yeah, you always have to be careful here because if you do get it intercepted, it's returned by the defense. That's 2 points for them, but he identified an open target and put it right on him.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Texans getting set here to take over again on offense. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line so they thought they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Throwing from the gun is Morgan. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. CeeDee Lamb is intended target. And that'll make it 3rd down.
It's 3rd down.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. To throw is Morgan. On 3rd down. Open man Lamb. It's complete. And he is going to have a Texans 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Back now here on EA Sports. It's Texans football, but they trail here as we get started in the 4th quarter. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the gun, Morgan. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. CeeDee Lamb is intended target, but it'll be 2nd down.
It's 2nd down and 10.
Throwing again, Morgan. That's complete to Jonathan Taylor out of the backfield. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And he is going to have a Texans 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards. And at this stage, down in the 2nd half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
This defense has certainly had an outstanding 2nd half, haven't they? I know they just gave up a 1st down there, and for the offense, they're hoping that that's something that they can jumpstart with and maybe start to move the ball a little bit better. But it's been tough sledding for them here the entire 2nd half.
Now he'll pull it down. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
He may try and run for this. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
He certainly had plenty of success running the ball, and right now I'm getting the sense that he's looking to take off and run every time he steps back to throw it.
But they did a nice job there collapsing on him and holding him to a short gain. A field goal does you no good, so they're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And a field goal obviously means nothing here. They're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th down. try to punch it in with Taylor. And this winds up a disaster, nowhere near the marker. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And as a result, it'll be Titan football on the turnover on downs. So he needed the short yardage, Charles. He elected to try to bounce it outside of the outer third, unsuccessful.
Sometimes those plays are stacked up by the defense and there's nowhere to go, so you have to bounce it outside. And some backs just get impatient. They want to go to where they think there's more open territory instead of going where the play was actually blocked. In any case, it didn't work here.
On 1st and 10, Holt is going to let this one go deep. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
One thing that offensive guys stress when they throw the deep ball, you're just counting on your receiver to find it, adjust before the defensive back can get his head around. In this case, though, the DB matched it move for move and knocked it away.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. To throw again. Holt got his man complete over the middle. It's Clayton. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now gives a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. Give him 2 yards on that play, and it'll move the chains.
On 3rd and 1, it seems natural to just turn and hand it to the biggest guy you have in the backfield. But usually, he's not the primary runner. So for the defense, they're often keying on the running back because he's the guy who gets the ball more often, and the fullback is the blocker. When he ends up carrying the football, that's a heck of a tendency breaker, and now you're just trying to jump on his back and hold on.
On 1st down, Holt going for the deep ball. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I'm looking at this with my defensive eyeglasses on because you remember the old days when a tight end saw a linebacker covering him and thought he had a mismatch? But the way they can run nowadays, not necessarily so. They gave it a shot downfield. That one incomplete.
Back to the air on 2nd down. Holt. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
The Titans on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Holt. He'll rifle this one deep. He's got a man. Complete. The 20. 10. Touchdown, Titans. A big play there. 79 yards. And the Titans are going to add on to their lead.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
Now Younghoe Koo for the extra point. And the lead is now 24. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it ends with a Tennessee score.
6th and 7. Younghoe Koo set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Taken in the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
25-yard line.
The Texans back out there and ready to go. And you hate to see this for them, but they're looking at yet another loss to begin this season. Things really going from bad to worse as they trail here starting this drive 1st and 10 in the 4th quarter. Morgan looks to throw it. Rolling to his right. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Well, he's proven real effective running the football. No one open, don't force it. Just get what you can, and that's what he's done very well in this game.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Operating from the gun, Morgan. And this one will be brought back to the 22. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
And it's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Incomplete.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Off play action. Holt. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off at the 11. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Titans, and his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. And this crowd has certainly liked what they've seen. Their guys fully expected to win this one coming in, and they have not disappointed as they got the big lead here in the 4th. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll try and run some clock here as they marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up.
And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that's leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the 4th.
I think this is just going to be a function of the times we live in now. Very similar to the bat flip in baseball. Everyone's got to start to get comfortable with this. But to me, this is just rubbing it in. You got a big lead. Go ahead and take the extra point. One thing to keep in mind, though, karma's still out there. And sometimes it has a way of catching up with you.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here.
1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. On 1st and 10, it's Morgan. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. Now a timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave him with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Looking to throw again on second down. Morgan, he'll drop this down to Taylor. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds.
1st and goal, Houston.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And this is going to be caught. So it affects the final score, not the outcome, but it is a late touchdown here on the game's final play. Doesn't affect the outcome, but, hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect other things? Sometimes these types of scores are ones that we don't consider big at the time. Then later on we find out maybe that was a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Or, of course, in the fantasy football world, these points mean a lot.
A lot there. Extra point right down the middle. And that will cut this lead down to 25. Well, on the one side, if you try to take away something positive from this game, they played to the final whistle, getting the touchdown there on the last play, but still, all for naught, really.
Yeah, I'd say give them points for positivity. I like that. That part is good. But I often wonder, when the game is settled and the clock is run out, do we really need to kick the extra point?
Oh, yeah. It's silly. It's silly.
It doesn't make any sense to me. I know that people have explained before, well, you got to play it all the way through. Come on, this thing was done.
So for Tennessee, they improved to 5-0 now on the young season. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Atlanta Falcons next week. Meanwhile, for Houston, the downward spiral can...